Mr. Yesterday, could I talk with you?
What can I do for you?
I want to talk with you about the comment that you put on my paper.
What comment are you talking about?
You remember you asked us to pass in the topic we wanted to research for our term paper and tell you a little about the topic and why we were interested in it.
Yes, I remember.
Well, sir, I would like to know why you said the person that I chose was unacceptable.
Because he is.
But, sir, I need to understand your reasons.
Well, I am the teacher. I have 2 degrees in American history. And I've been teaching for 19 years. Trust me.
But, sir, you said we could research any topic or personality between 1900 and 1970. I chose Malcolm X because I'm really interested in him.
Please don't insult me by trying to make this thug into a saint. My history classes do not glorify people like this. Besides, he barely gets a sentence in the real history of America. I want you to be prepared to take your place as a responsible citizen. Information about that lunatic won't help you. You are going to trade school, aren't you?
No, Mr. Yesterday. Actually, I want to be a history teacher. I think that becoming
Look, you'd have to go to college for that. And I don't think you want to do that. There's no money in teaching. If I could do it all over again, I'd run right over to that technical institute and become a plumber. You know they make $23 an hour. And besides, you'd be a good receptionist.
I want to be to teach history so that we can begin to correct some of the misunderstandings about American history.
Misunderstandings? Like what?
Well, like Malcolm X.
Look, young lady, everybody knows that Malcolm X was a nut. That's why his own people got rid of him. He was an embarrassment to even them. We've always had those fanatical type people throughout history. They come and they go, like the seasons. And let me tell you something else, too. It's going to take more than a film by that little short colored fella, what's his name?
Spike Lee.
Yes, him. It's going to take more than him to make Malcolm X attractive to the colored people. Why don't you take a look at World War I or stock market crash? Now, that's some fascinating reading. Or you seem like controversial figures. Why don't you do your report on Senator Joe McCarthy and the Red Scare? You'd love that. Now, he was your quintessential equal opportunity man. I tell you, he's had some of your people testifying before Congress. Oh, you'll love it.
But Mr. Yesterday, Malcolm X...
Look, nobody cares about that nut. Doing research on someone like that can only destroy the atmosphere I've tried to build in my class. You know we have discussions about each of the papers. And a discussion about this man would only polarize the class.
What do you mean by polarize?
Well, I mean it would make the students start hating each other because you're bound to get different opinions on this man's so-called contributions. I don't tolerate racism in my class from anybody, black or white, and I won't let you change that policy. Now, think about the topics that I suggested and write up another proposal, and I'll expect you to have yours in by tomorrow.
But Mr. Yesterday, isn't history supposed to be about truth? And isn't truth supposed to be that Malcolm X lived and had a strong role in one of the greatest social movements in American history?
Well, I could raise some serious questions about how great it was. But getting back to your paper, Malcolm X is not a person that should be talked about in any respectable American history class. There are a few people I can think of who present a more negative image for you people. He's a thief, drug dealer, prisoner, and the list goes on and on. You people have plenty of better people than he to talk about, if you must talk about a colored person. Because besides, there were some other people who contributed to American history, you know. There are even plenty of your people who really made respectable contributions. And
You keep talking about how Malcolm X started out. I want to focus on the distance he moved from his criminal days to the days when
look,
he...
what kind of nation would we have if everybody followed this man's examples? One of the purposes of history is to lift up those events and persons who contributed to our greatness so that others may follow in their footsteps.
We studied Hitler last year.
Hitler wasn't in America, Demaria. You're taking this thing way out of proportion. And I don't have time to make you understand. So I'm telling you, young lady, if you want to pass this course, you'll do as I say. Now, I think another student needs to see me.
All my life, I've had questions about who I really am. I've been wondering and searching across this big and powerful land. I've asked family, teachers, classmates, and my pastor for a clue. But I still don't know who I am. But I'm wondering, do you? I wanna know who I really am. Wanna know what's in my past. 'Cause if I know what's in my bloodline, I will know how long I can last. I've heard a little about Malcolm, little about Tubman, Garvey, and King. I've heard about race riots and black folks inventing things. I've heard a little about black astronauts and black artists who've expressed themselves in books, plays, poems, and songs. But I want to know the rest. I want to know who I really am. Want to know where my people have been. 'Cause if I know what's in my bloodline, I won't quit before I begin. Did we really have great scientists who found different kinds of cures? Did we really have a great culture on our homeland's distant shores? Did we really love our slavery for almost 300 years? Or did we just give smiles and laughter and not ever any tears? I want to know who I really am. Want to know what my people have done. 'Cause if I know what's in my bloodline, I'll jump in that race and I'll run. 'Cause if I know what's in my bloodline, I'll jump in that race and I'll run. What's in my bloodstream? I want to know where we've been. I have many questions. I want to know answers. Who I am.
Education revolution has taken place in America, and as a result, all of the prisons are closed, and they're being turned into libraries. This is a warden from one of those big penitentiary systems, and he's very upset because he can't get anyone to come to his jail.
Oh, pardon me, y'all. Excuse me. Let me get myself together. I want to thank you all for joining and supporting me at this $500 plate dinner. Oh. The last time you saw me, I was just getting over nervous breakdown. But I'm happy to report that I fired my first psychiatrist because he said I was sick. Oh, now, I have a new doctor and he gave me just what I needed. Pardon me. He told me that the way I could pull my life together was to build a political party together because based on my wonderful ideas. And so I come to you today to seek your vote in coming to state election. I'll be running on the independent ticket, Tea Party, so that it won't be confusing. We have one platform, one idea. More jails, no bails. After the education revolution in America, you remember most of the jails shut down because people started taking education seriously, parents and students. That's when my fortune dried up. I lost my house, my money, lost my wife and children, lost my connection because all my fortune came from the prison industrial complex. But now, thanks to my new outlook, we're going to build a new political party to restore America to what it was in the 1980s and 90s. Welcome back to the days when you looked at poverty indexes and elementary school reading scores and predict how many prisons we'll need in 10 to 12 years. Welcome back to the days when parents will let us teach their children what they don't want to teach them. My goal is to make every school a center of extreme failure. We've got to bring these high school graduation rates down, down, down. Let's get those dropout rates up, 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 right now. We've got to discourage teachers from finding new and exciting ways to teach their students. We got to close down the nightclubs that are featuring book discussion. Let's leave the drug dealers alone and let them earn a good living. If you elect me, I'll kill the bill to convert jails into recreation and family learning centers. Yes, we can do it. We can bring jails back to the fastest growing industry. We've got to snatch money from education, housing, jobs, and put them where it belongs to help the sagging prison industry. Now, to honor a request from one of my major supporters who contributed a nice little bundle to my campaign, I'll sing our campaign theme song. And if you will let me, I'll make it our state song. Join me if you will. Real good for you and for me. Jails are real good for the whole family. Jails are real good for special elite. They put food in my stomach and shoes on my feet. Some people say that jails are not good. They are good business for the whole neighborhood. They provide jobs and work for the young and the old. They can raise self-esteem and strengthen the soul. If it were not for jails, some people would not work. They be computer programmers, cooks, and tough intake clerks. Don't forget the doctors and architects they employ. If we close all the prisons, they will be all annoyed. Jails need things that big business sell. They need and good things to sell. They need flowers, eggs, and sugar to make good things to eat. Jails are real good for you and for me. Jails are real good for the whole family. words are real good for special healing. They put food in my stomach and shoes on my feet.